Hey, good to see you again. Welcome to this edition of Trinity in 20. As we're sometimes walking through parts of our building here, or parts of our worship space, we're down here where our baptismal font is located. And this font has seen and been part of the baptism, literally, of thousands of Christian souls. And this stone font, dates back to the time before this building. It came from the building that Trinity was part of before we came here, and it was brought here to this place. And on its side, as we know, baptism is the entrance into Christian community, the entrance into God's story, the entrance into our participation in the life and ministry and work of Jesus, the entrance into the life of church, into the whole life that God promises us. It is our first step as if we are born, right? It is the place where we are born into God's world, God's kingdom, God's work. And as a symbol of that, on four of the sides here are these marble medallions that represent the names of all four of the gospel writers, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. But an interesting thing that as you look at the font, and as we are aware, by tradition, this font represents and reflects Christian tradition that says, by tradition, a baptismal font should have 8 sides to it. Should have 8 sides, an octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is for a very specific purpose. The 8 sides remind us of the story of Noah and the ark. And if you remember the story of Noah and the ark, God saved the faithful people, Noah and his family, from the waters of a flood. And we remember those words in our baptismal liturgy, the words of saving Noah and his family and the animals from the flood. But it represents the 8 people who were saved in that ark. And if you remember, it wasn't just Noah, it was Noah and his 3 sons, Noah, Japheth, Shem, and Ham, the wife of Noah, and the wife of the 3 sons. So what we see is this reminder of the story of Noah that reaches back even deep into the stories of the Bible. And we are tied together in that story, just as the waters and the story of Jesus, we say, save us, bind us into the family. The same goes for this story that we remember, Noah and the ark. And interestingly, even in this whole sort of building, right, this space, right? This space, we call this, the formal word for this whole space that we sit in, that we are part of on any time we worship, is called the nave, which is the Latin root for the same word for the word that we use for navy, right? Navy. This is, and by tradition, church talks about church as a ship, right? The ship that saves us over the cross of all of the waters of the tempestuous seas of life. We are in this, if we may, boat together, just as we are in the boat with Noah and his sons and all of their wives and the animals, God preserving us and our lives. So when you come here and you are baptized, this becomes your family story. And it sits here prominently at the front of the church, reminding us that this is the thing, the very moment that unites us, all of us here together, be you on live stream, be you here sitting in our space. It is this act, this moment, this sacramental rite of baptism that binds us together as family with each other, with Jesus, with God, with Noah, with Abraham and Moses, and all of their stories together, people literally across the world. Now, next Sunday, on Sunday, November 6th, All Saints' Day, we are again, for the first time since the pandemic, having a large baptismal celebration here at the 10:30 liturgy. And it would be great for you to come and to be part of it, because when we baptize, we don't baptize just individually for people. We are part of this whole community. People enter into this community when they're baptized, whether you're all here or not. So this is a chance to, again, be together. There will be 2 families, 4 people being baptized all together at this time, and come and be with us, because we speak as the church for those who enter into this space, into this time. And also that it's significant that it will be on All Saints Sunday, and that we remember that it is by our baptism that God calls us saints. It is by our baptism that we are called God's saints, not because we have died, but because we are living in God's baptism and God's baptismal waters. Come and be with us. Looking forward to being with you. Next time that you are here, come by, count the sides, remember the stories, and know that you are part of that story as well. I look forward to seeing you soon.